Many upcoming artists have lyrics, but their songs are not going to go anywhere because they do not have structure. If your song has no order, it will be very difficult for people who listen to remember it. And so if you still can watch this video to the end, then I am going to review to you the 3 most important structures every song must have. And these 3 important structures cuts across every genres of music. So whether you are making Afrobeats, rap, reggae, R&B, pop, rock, etc., your song must have the 3 structures I'm going to explain or I am going to reveal in this video. So without any much ado, let's go into this video. Now, the 3 most important structures every song must have are: number 1, the verse; number 2, the chorus; and number 3, the hook. Now let me move on from here to explain the structures one after another. Now, the verse is where you explain your message or tell your story, and if your verse is confusing, your listeners are already lost. So you must try as much as possible to ensure that you tell your story in a very simple way that your listeners will immediately understand what your song is all about. Now, most upcoming artists make the mistake of mixing up stories in their songs. They will jump from one message to another, going back and forth without helping people to understand what their message is all about. For example, if you are singing about love, you must understand that there should be an area of love you are targeting. For instance, if your message is about heartbreak, you must ensure that you stay on that lane. Don't jump from telling a story about heartbreak to immediately talking about real love. Make sure that you center your message, the message of your song, around heartbreak, and you do this better in the verse. The verse is where you have every opportunity in the world to deliver your message in a very simple, concise way that people will immediately understand. So when you sit down to compose your music, make sure you have it at the back of your mind that your verse is the heart of your story. That is where your story dwells, where your message lives, where you must try as much as possible to help those who are going to listen to your music immediately have an understanding of what your music is all about. If your music comes along and people are trying to figure out what it's all about and they get confused somewhere, they are going to skip that music. And in this digital era where artists are depending on streams in order to become successful, you have people skipping your song up and down. At the end of the day, you won't be having the streams you need again. And the worst part of it all is that the algorithm itself will push down your song and will recommend them to people. Now, your chorus is the part where every memory about your message lives. This is the part that you must ensure that people are able to memorize your message in a very simple terms, or say in a very simple sentence. Your chorus does not have to be that long. Your chorus does not have to be like you are writing a poem or you are writing a letter. You must try to ensure that it is as memorable as possible. Now, when you listen to every music that is trending, you will discover that their chorus are very easy for people to sing along. Now, that is the aim of your chorus, to make it memorable, to make people remember your message in a simple sentence, as I said before. Now, once you have that music that is easy for people to sing along, I assure you, you are definitely going to blow as an artist. So do not forget to ensure that you find that part that will be very easy for people to memorize in your own message, and then place it or put it as your chorus, so that when this comes to, people will immediately be able to remember and most importantly sing along with it. Now, the intention of your hook is to catch people's attention. Naturally, that is the meaning of the word hook. The hook can be a line you carve out in that particular music, but it doesn't have to be a sentence. It should be at least a word or very few words that are very memorable, something that will easily grab people's attention. Aside from a word or line in your song, your hook can also be an instrumental or melody. When you listen to most music, you will understand that it is one melody or one instrumental in that music that grabs people's attention. Most times that music does not even have a chorus that hooks, but because of that particular instrumental inside that song, the song will do what? It will blow because people are drawn to that instrumental. That instrumental grabs people's attention. That instrumental draws people to the music. So ensure that every music you are making as an upcoming artist, you have a hook inside it. Be it a line, a word, few words that you want people to memorize, or that is easy for people to remember and memorize, or an instrumental or melody that will draw people's attention. That melody or instrumental must stand out in that music. Once you have this hook in your music, be it a word or a melody, you will realize that people will easily be drawn to your music, and in so doing, your music is definitely going to go places. Finally, to summarize these 3 points, I want you to always remember that your verse is what explains the entire message in your song, and the chorus is what delivers your message in a very simple way for people to understand or relate with, while your hook is what draws people attention to your music. Once you have these 3 structures in your song, it is definitely going to go places. In my so many years of listening to and promoting music for upcoming artists, one thing I discovered is that they have problems in music composition. That is why I have prepared a class online where I teach upcoming artists how to write their songs professionally. And I want you to understand that you are not going to get everything in my YouTube videos like this. So if you are interested to understand how to compose your song professionally, go to the description and follow the link to meet me so I can give you tips on how to join my online music composition class.